This just in. It's Monday. All right, guys, a couple different things. We're going to do the question of the day. We're going to go through and retouch on the Boy Wonders announcement video. We'll get into the warm-up and the workout. We got some squats coming up for today, and then an interesting interval piece thingy. Question of the day, just because I happened to be lucky enough to go out on Tyson's sailboat yesterday, and it was awesome. If you had a boat, what would you name it? I'm going to go with either Rogue One or The Mandalorian. Mostly because those are good boat names, but also it's Star Wars Day, so happy Star Wars Day. I'm not supposed to cuss on these. Hope that was a good bleep. All right, just a quick recap. We're in phase 1 of the reopening. Phase 2 technically starts for the state on the 18th. What we're gonna do as a gym is open on the 1st of June. Couple different reasons for that. We want to make sure that there's not a resurgence and we take all your guys' equipment back, clean it, get ready to go, and then it gets pushed to June 1st anyway. And then you guys have like a week and a half with no equipment whatsoever. That would really suck. Also, if you guys did see, Douglas County has increased their restrictions beyond what the state has required. And I suspect for phase 2, that will also be the case. So we don't know what that is. We wanted to push it back so when we do open, we can be open when we're ready for you guys to come in, get your fitness on inside with all of us. So Alec had a little bit more in his video if you want to go to the YouTube channel and check that one out, but that's the short version of it. Cool. Let's talk CrossFit. Here's what we're going to do today. For the warm-up, you're going to go on the 30-second interval times 12 sets. So it's going to be 6 minutes of this little piece. You're going to go for 5 on each side of a single leg vertical jump. I would encourage you to stay on one leg the entire time. So start on your left. You're driving up your right knee, jumping 5 times. A little bit of stability, a little bit of balance, get you kind of woken up. From there, on the second interval, so 30 seconds in, you're gonna go 7 on each side of a single leg glute bridge. Just rock those out. Make sure you're moving with your glute and not your hamstrings or your low back. And then for the third interval, so 60 seconds in, you'll go for 10 air squats, and then you're gonna repeat that 4 times. When you get done there, we've got 3 each direction on each side of just a quadruped hip car. With this, I want you guys to really focus on keeping a neutral spine. So when you're on all 4s, this is gonna mean putting your lower back at a slight extension, sticking your butt out a little bit, similar to like an arch hold where you're open, and then keeping it there while you move about the hip. You'll notice at a certain range of motion, you're gonna wanna tuck your tailbone to try to get more range. We don't necessarily want that. We wanna move about just the leg and the hip joint itself, not the lower back, which is what that's gonna do. For some specific work, before we get into our squatting, you're gonna go for 3 rounds, 30 seconds, hold in the bottom of a squat, just hang out down there. You can move around, stretch your ankles out, whatever that is. And then after 30 seconds, rock out 10 alternating Cossack squats. Okay. If you need the hip mobility, stay low between the Cossack squats. If you just wanna wake your leg muscles up, make it more of a squatting movement. You're gonna go through 3 rounds of that, and then we're going to slightly part ways depending on what you have for equipment. If you've got an awesome Dad Bod and Ortiz trademarked, patented squat rack, awesome. You can do back squats. For those folks, you've got an on the 92nd for 9 sets again. You're gonna go 3 sets of 4 reps at a certain percentage, 3 sets of 3 reps, and then 3 sets of 2 reps. Those 2 reps are gonna end at 85%, just like last week. Please be a little bit loosey-goosey with the percentages. Be okay with going up to 80% or just making small increases and not really worrying about your all-time 1 rep max, okay? So auto-regulate this just a little bit. If you don't have any equipment, we're gonna rock through those pistol holds again. So 5 to 7 alternating per leg. Do put a 3-second hold in the bottom, okay? So you're gonna go down, hold, 3 seconds, come up. Other leg, down, hold 3 seconds, come up. And then once you're done, you've got 20 seconds of a plank up down just to fill the rest of that 90 seconds. With those, you're essentially just looking at a burpee, but you're not even gonna bend your arms. You're just gonna kick your feet back and then pop up and then pop back just to get your heart rate up a little bit. Moving into the Metcon. This one's interesting. It is interval based. So there is a rest after you complete the couplet. It's going to go like this. You're going to do either 30 jumping lunges and 30 pike ups, okay? Or 30 calories on one of the machines if you've got it, okay? Cool. Once you get done with those 30 and 30, then you're going to do 30 bar over something burpees. So bar facing burpees, bar over a dumbbell burpees, bar over a small cat, try not to wake it up burpee. And then once you're done with those 30 reps, rest for 4 minutes. Cool. Then you're going to do 25, 25, 30. Rest 3 minutes. 20, 20, 30. Rest 2 minutes. 15, 15, 15, 15, 30, rest 1 minute, and then you're gonna finish with 10, 10, 30. Okay, so the burpees are gonna stay at 30 each time, but your calories or your jumping lunge pike combo is going to diminish in reps. What I want you to do, 4 minutes is a lot of rest for this, okay? 3 minutes is quite a bit of rest. I want you to go ham out of the gate for those movements specifically. Okay, if that means like maybe you pace the row a little bit so you can do the burpees hard, pace for that couplet as its entirety. But I do want you to go pretty hard. You should be very gassed when you get done with these burpees. Okay. If you struggle with jumping lunges, or those are just a slow movement for you, and you could move it to air squats to go faster, cool, go to air squats for this. I do want you to skyrocket your heart rate, and I want you to go ham. And if that's just a slower paced movement for you for whatever reason, switch it to something that you can do very quickly and get your heart rate up. Cool. That's gonna be for time, so keep track of that. Make sure you glance at the clock after your last burpee each round. We've got some lunges at the end as an accessory. If you can hold on to something in one arm, awesome. You're gonna go for a surrender lunge though. So one arm is gonna be behind your head, and then one arm is gonna be holding onto something next to you or in a front rack. So you're gonna stay very upright, chest open, stacked from head to hip, and then rock out 10 lunges on each side, 3 rounds through. Cool, pretty simple Monday. May the force be with you all.